So, hey everyone, I'm finally doing my January to be read pile while my cat is kind of being an asshole. He's fine. Um, but currently, this month, so I've really got into the habit of reading again after reading Believe Me by Tahara Murphy and The Pageant by Leah Walker, which is those two just here. So after reading them two, I kind of really got into a reading goal. So I'm now kind of like, I should read more. And this month I have literally chosen one, two, three, four, five, six with Believe Me, but I finished it like literally as soon as I could. So I've chosen literally five for this month, and I'm going to show you on what's my January to be read pile. So the first one is Nil Unlocked. I am currently taken off from where I left off, just because the first 200 something pages I don't want to reread again. Yeah, because currently I don't want to reread the whole 200, and I know that for a fact that I'm not going to keep the series, so it starts off with Nil Unlocked, and then Nil on Fire, which is a trilogy, so I just have the Nil on Fire to read, and then I'll be done with this series. But a little bit about the book is basically the characters are stuck on an island. They're all teenagers, young adults at a certain age, and they have to kind of fight for survival and to catch a gate to go home. If, spoiler alert, if they don't catch a gate, they do die on the island, but not only do the young adults come through on the island, also animals come through as well. There's been quite a lot of mixed emotions about this series. The first book, I got rid of it and I kind of regretted it because it was kind of two characters falling in love, so I kind of wish that I kept the first one. But I'm really not too bothered about the second one, but at the moment I'm kind of curious just about what's happening because they're kind of finding out more about the island at the stage that I'm in. I'm currently in 256 pages. So I'm not going to go into too much details about the books just to keep this video short and sweet, but yeah, they're all stuck on an island and they have 200 and something days, I believe, or 300 and something days to get off the island, catch a gate. If they don't, then they will die on the island. And it's quite intriguing how they have to use natural materials and stuff that they wouldn't have back home, so they have like a mini city and stuff like that, so that's kind of cool. The cover's really nice, but yeah, it's kind of interesting, but not really my cup of tea. The next one is I'm really looking forward to, so I'm going to keep this one for when the others bore me or I struggle to get through. But this is book 2 in the Vampire Royal series by Leah Walker. So I read the first one. I did a review on the first one, which is also in my down in my channel somewhere if you could go and find it, called The Pageant. This is the Gala book 2, if I'm pronouncing that right. So this is basically taken off from where the review that I left of how that the royals and the government are kind of vampires, and that there's 20 contestants now. Yeah, so the contestants have to go whether they like it or not, and the winner will marry the prince. In the first book, he really takes a shine to Gwyneth, which obviously I feel like she's going to be the winner, but bearing in mind there is 8 books in total, and the 9th is going to be coming out soon. I think it's soon. But bearing in mind, things could change really well, and there are rebels who don't like the vampires or the government, so they try and kill them. So there's a lot, and one of the contestants at the very first at the beginning of the book got turned into a vampire because she mouthed off so much to the prince's mother. So yeah, she was turned in. So I'm kind of really looking forward to this kind of the next book. It's enough to keep me going for now, but I don't know whether my views will stay the same as we go on to book 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, because obviously 8, 9 coming out is quite a lot. So the next book that I will be talking about is If I Die by Rachel Vincent. This is the Soul Scream series. Now, throughout this series, Kaylee has been able to have special abilities. She's been able to cross rooms and kind of know when people are about to die and stuff. With this series, we've been through many, many different journeys, different worlds. Yeah, we've been through different worlds and kind of stuff like that. I believe this is the fifth book. They're not up there anymore. I had all of my books along here and I had this series here. I believe this is the fifth. There's 7 in total, plus there's an ebook on Kindle, a short one. So I'm not sure where she goes for this book, so I haven't really read the back or anything or looked too much into it, but I'm kind of looking forward to it. But the last book I was really, really slow on reading, so I'm hoping that this kind of picks up. So the next book I will be talking about is Betrayed, which is a House of Night novel by PC Cast and Christian Cast, which is book 2 in the series. So we have the really beautiful blue edges, and then we have the marked, which I've read but I didn't review, and then I'm now on Betrayed. Sorry. So this story is kind of about a young girl who kind of starts developing vampire. Am I right in thinking vampire? Well, she has like all of these powers, and she kind of has to go to a Pacific house of night to kind of school accommodation to kind of save her life and to keep her here so she can transition from human to these powers that she has. And she goes to with all these other kind of people. So I don't really remember a lot from the first book just because I read that quite a while back. Yeah, so I'm hoping that the second book, I did enjoy the first book, I did get through it all, I didn't give up, so looking forward to the second one. And then the last book of the month, which again I don't remember the much of the first story just because for me it was kind of a little bit kind of messed up, but this is book 2 in the saga, and this is Waterfall. The first one was Teardrop. So the first one was Teardrop, and then this one is Waterfall, and this is by Lauren Kate. But the cover is really, really stunning. I really do like the cover. Um, so in this story, one tear can save the world, one tear can destroy it. So yeah, I don't really remember a lot from the first one. I didn't really keep the first book. I kind of donated that one. So I will be interested to finally read this after having it on my shelf for 2014. That's how far behind I am on the reading, but it's YA, so it should be enjoyable. So this is literally my little mini pile for January 2022. So hopefully in a month's time when I do February's, I can let you know how I got on with January's pile.